Yeah, go on. No, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah, the question. Previously, I thought like about this verse about like you said that when we ringing karatals, actually not we are doing like demigods doing, and sometimes even I playing karatals, I can play karatals, and I do it like automatically. I even don't think about it.
Yeah.
But my question is, many times I caught myself that why I'm playing league now like automatically, even I think that even not me doing it, but why the same wasn't when I started to play karatal? Why I should put some endeavor to learn it? Why it's not
to learn this idea?
No, to learn playing karatals. I mean, I feel like at the beginning when I learn karatals, I put endeavor. I feel like I'm doing this. But when I get some, at least like perfection in playing karatals, after that I even don't feel that I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, actually, this interesting. What you said is interesting point, because
we don't understand.
Sometimes people, the question. Well, I just want to make a point that he's brought up, and that is sometimes big musicians or sports people, Olympic champions, they talk about being in the zone, right? And sometimes a musician is playing his instrument, but he feels like I'm not doing, it's just like, say, you're improvising, then the music just flows out of you. So people have different expressions for that consciousness. They call it being in the zone, right? Everything seems to happen fluidly. So even from the material angle, people sometimes get this feeling that I'm like a conduit for this musical skill or athletic ability. Also, sometimes you go in the kitchen, your mind is thinking something else, but you cook, and you're not really thinking, it's just happening, right? So from a practical basis, we can see that there is a division between us and the material activities. You understand? So the point is here is to strengthen that conviction. Does that answer your question?
But why at the beginning when I, for instance, learning how to play, why I don't have this feeling? Why I don't feel that I'm playing?
Well, you are in the sense that you're desiring. But when you're situated in knowledge, you realize that the doing is a response to your desire. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So the neophyte person thinks, I'm picking this up. The person in knowledge thinks, I want to pick it up and everything is working automatically. Just like you're sitting in a crane and the crane is lifting up the things and putting them on the ship. But at the beginning you might think, I'm doing it. It's the crane doing it. So the point is to see yourself as distinct from the material body. This is the point. Through knowledge of how things work, the senses are engaged in their objects. This is what Krishna says. Is it clear? To understand that philosophically, and then you will identify less as the doer.
Yes. Is there by any chance, do you know by any chance why in this verse Krishna tells the lotus leaf is untouched by water? Or why is that? Just curious. Is the lotus leaf it grows in some special place, away from Radha?
I can't understand what you're saying.
The leaf is waxy, so the water doesn't
stick.
Oh, the lotus leaf doesn't stick. It has a certain surface ability.
Like plastic, maybe.
Yeah. Your question?
I have just one more question.
Okay.
You say Maya Shakti is make us forgive Krishna.
Forget.
Right? Forget Krishna. So I read Prabhupada saying that Anantashesha, the purpose of Anantashesha is to make you believe that this world is the real world. It's like make you believe that this world is real, is a spiritual world already.
What to say that? Durga Devi, Maya Devi thinks is always, her job is to keep you in illusion.
No, I read Prabhupada saying Anantashesha.
I don't know what context, you have to give me the exact quote.
Okay, next
But
time.
Anantasesh, he is always glorifying Krishna. He's not trying to keep people in illusion. Anantasesh is Baladev, that is Guru Tattva, is always glorifying Krishna.
I knew
He's
that.
trying to keep people out of illusion.
That's why I was surprised when I read this.
Well, you have to show me exactly.
Okay, next time.
And then you have to look at the context, you know?
Yes, first.
Yes, Mahidi, your question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Just a very clear, I just want a clarification. One of the points that you're talking about is, you said when our senses, Karmendriya and Jnanendriya, these senses, when we perform some actions through these senses, they're actually getting connected with the material energy. And like say for instance, we're eating, so it's the eating process is done and then we are, connecting with the material thing. And we have to understand that we are aloof. We're not the ones who are actually doing it. The soul is still completely aloof. It's just the desire of us that has made us come into this concept. Now my question is, I understand this concept when it comes into the material concept wherein we're doing things materially. But when we're doing, like for instance, we're taking prasad. So now what exactly should our consciousness be?
Well, so that's what, you see, you'll find that in the middle. You see, now we're coming to the end of karma section. Of course there's bhakti in here, but there's a lot of stress on karma. But then in the middle 6 chapters of the Gita, these bhakti process is very prominent. So then there's chapters like the opulence of the Absolute and so on. And Krishna explains, I'm the taste of water and so on. So yes, in bhakti, we see the taste of everything as Krishna. If you remember, Prabhupada said in the purport, Mahadyoni and Mahad-Brahman indicate that everything in the material world is a manifestation of Brahman, that the Supreme. Although the effects are differently manifested, they are none different from the cause. So therefore, Prabhupada used to say that therefore if the drunkard man, if he drinks his beer and thinks, oh, this taste is Krishna, then he makes a judgment, because he's seeing it in relationship to Krishna, which it is, you see. So when we take prasad, right, we say at the first, right, sarirada vijaya and so on, that this is, the senses, if it can carry us away, but you've given us this prasad and you are manifesting through this prasad. So a devotee sees that prasad, the taste, is Krishna. But not just in prasad, ultimately everything. Prabhupada was telling when he was a child that there was a lot of trouble in Calcutta. There was some bombing. So in one lecture, Prabhupada is saying that the devotee thinks, yes, Krishna is coming in the form of a bomb to take me away. So yes, devotee, he is subject to death, for example. But he sees death as Krishna. Krishna is coming to take me away to his service in another place. So yes, later on in the Gita, there's these big sections, of fishes eyeing the shark, of syllables. So it's Krishna, and then he says, but understand, what's that? Kamshena stito jagat. that everything is just a little spark of my splendor. So, you see, Krishna consciousness means that. To see everything as Krishna's energy, as manifest by Krishna. Material consciousness is to see it separate. And material education trains us like, right, there was a big bang, Krishna's not involved. The atoms and molecules came together, they made conscious animals, Krishna's not involved, right? What is happening is a result of political affairs, right? Why is there trouble in the world? Because of politics, because this leader. No, Krishna's not involved. But devotees think, well, actually these things are going on, ultimately it's karma phala. It's a result of karma, result. And everyone is karma bandhana. So devotee sees it spiritually, related to Krishna. So yes, there's two interpretations. Maya tells us, gives us avidya. It's not connected to Krishna, it has a political cause. But Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, ultimately everything, I'm sarva karana karana, I'm the cause of all causes. For example, a child is born in a family. So the material cause, or the local cause, is the mother and father. They're having the child. But the efficient cause is the karma of that child, to be born, of that soul, to be born in that family. So in philosophy there is material cause, that's the local, immediate cause. And then there is the efficient cause. So Krishna is the efficient cause. So the person of knowledge, through Gita, through Bhagavatam, through Guru, through Sadhu Sangha, sees the efficient cause, not just the local or material cause, immediate cause. And that is the meaning of Manmana, to see Krishna as the efficient, the cause of all causes. Adir Govinda, the source of everything, the original person. So through Bhagavatam, through sadhana, through Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, we train the mind to fix on the original cause. And then once that is attained, that is Yoga Siddhi. And so the yogi, when he's sitting down and he's thinking, I'm not the material body, I'm not the thoughts, I'm consciousness. This consciousness is rooted in the soul. This soul is rooted in Krishna. This is a particular way to become Krishna conscious. But we are recommended through bhakti to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we understand, yes, but that is enhanced, that chanting, by some philosophical understanding. For instance, if you chanting, but you think I'm the body, your progress will be less.
It's still there.
Huh?
Still progress is there.
Yeah.
Small but progress is
Yeah,
there.
so the Gita is ABC. Some knowledge makes your chanting more potent. Any other question? Topic?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I come from a place where the king, he donates a lot of cows for slaughter. It's a Muslim country. So I'm still loyal to him, but is this Krishna consciousness? I mean, to be think of him as a father, etc.
Well, no, not if he's giving cows for slaughter. You should definitely
He's
not
right-
identify,
he's right for that.
because that is Mahapap. You see, Asat Sangi Tyagi E Vaishnava Cham. You see, a devotee gives up identification with Janma Bhumi, place of birth, and identifies with Krishna. Just like I say, the material cause, I'm born in this country. But who you really born from? Aham Sarvasya Krishna. You see. So devotee, he goes to the efficient cause, the ultimate cause, the absolute. And he sees Krishna. Yeah, Krishna says, Aham Mata, Aham Pita, Aham Pitamaha in the Gita. Right? In that same idea. I'm mother, father, grandfather, I'm all the... So we identify with that Supreme Lord, but at the same time we can give respect to everyone. The devotee gives respect to everyone accordingly, but not blindly. You understand? With intelligence.
In the purport, there is a point Srila Prabhupada makes that even our body is a gift of the Lord, and it should be engaged in the service of the Lord, in the purport.
What was the word? The gift of the Lord? Gift of the Lord, yeah. Okay.
And also there is the point that Srila Prabhupada develops that everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord. And he says something which I cannot understand. He said whether action is virtuous or sinful. You see in the purport.
Today,
Yes,
near the end.
everything belongs to the Lord. So and
Yeah.
everything engages.
Excuse me. Even one's material body, being the gift of the Lord for carrying out a particular type of action, can be engaged. Yes.
Yes, and then next.
And then beyond contamination by sinful reactions, exactly like the lotus,
Then.
is not wet. The Lord says, Maya Sarva, resign all your works to me. That means give the result. The conclusion is that a person without Krishna consciousness acts according to the conception of material body senses. But a person in Krishna consciousness acts according to the knowledge that the body is the property of Krishna, is going to the efficient cause, and should therefore be engaged in the service of Krishna.
Then next.
That's the last chapter. That's the last sentence. So what?
She's saying the second line of page 250.
Oh, you mean? Oh, before actually. One who knows perfectly well that everything belongs to Krishna, that he is the proprietor of everything, and that therefore everything is engaged in the service of the Lord, naturally has nothing to do with the results of his activities, whether virtuous or sinful.
Then it can be said that if somebody kills somebody, so it doesn't matter that virtuous or sinful actions is going to have nothing to do
Well,
with me,
yeah,
with
yeah.
body. So I'll just kill somebody. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
But you tell the judge that.
They're the judge.
Tell the judge, oh look judge, I killed my wife. Heaven forbid. But I killed my wife, but I'm not the body, and it's nothing to do with me.
Yes.
So what will the judge say? He said, the crazy man. No, because we're responsible for how the body is, what the body does. The material nature is responding to our desire. Ye tammam prapadyante. So we cannot say that what I did I'm not responsible for, because we're supplying desire. You understand? We're in the material world by desire, and we live by desire. Well, Prabhupada is making the point that if you're in Krishna consciousness, this duality of papa and punya, you're above it. You understand? Because ultimately, both are entangling. You can say punya is better. For instance, I give in charity to people. Then in the future, I get a nice life and I get some material opulence. But I'm still in the material world. So you call it punya, but it's all entanglement. Now I killed somebody and I become born in the next life in a very bad condition and somebody may kill me. So both are the same, I'm both entangled. So the point is, by Krishna consciousness, and that's what Krishna says at the end, if you surrender to me, Arjuna, then all your sinful reactions, whether they're papa or punya, I will protect you, I will keep you above their reaction.
So it means
Well, that doesn't mean to say, you see that, before you speak, you see, some devotees, the perversion of Krishna consciousness is that because I'm not the body, I can do anything for Krishna, right? Therefore, I can lie, I can steal. I need a computer for my service for Krishna. Therefore, I'm going to go shoplifting, right? No. So, you see, devotee has to act according to vidhi. There's one sloka, what is that? Pancharatriki vidin vina. Oh, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriki vidin vina. The devotional service that is not performed in accordance with the Shruti and the Smriti, the Veda, and the Pancharatriki vidhi, the rules and regulations of puja, right? Then is simply a disturbance. What does that mean? For example, in the deity, in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, it tells you how to worship the deity. So you should worship according to that vidhi. Right? You shouldn't think, oh Krishna, I'll put a sari on Krishna today. And I'll dress Radharani in blue jeans. You know, that is concoction. Or like, you know, instead of buying flowers for the deity, I'm going to break into the field at night and steal them all. That is going against vidhi. But at the same time, the Bhagavatam, and this should not be misused, and this is the misuse we just said, Krishna dances with the wives of other people in Parakiya Bhav at night, right? Krishna transcends all rules and regulations. So ultimately Krishna's great Mahabhagavats, Avadutas, they transcend any material rules and regulations. However, for sadhakas, that is not recommended. If I'm a sadhaka trying to get free of my material conditioning, and then I take the attitude, well, I can do anything for Krishna. I can lie, I can steal, I can be violent, then I'll just become a psycho. I'll become what's it called? A psychopath, right? I just become an aparadi. So yes, papa and punya is there, but a devotee in his service wants to live purity. He loves to cultivate personal purity. Therefore we have regulative principles and no meat eating, no intoxication, so on.
So like Prabhu gave, Atul Krishna Prabhu, he gave a question. I can understand his question in such a way that he said that when he does endeavor to learn karatals, he was doing some endeavor. He was putting some his personal effort just to learn.
Yeah.
And he was thinking, oh, this is I'm learning how to play karatals. I'm learning.
Yeah.
But when he learned already, he learns very nicely. Now he plays automatically, spontaneously.
Yeah.
And then he thinks, oh, this is not I'm playing actually, somebody else playing.
Well, actually, in Krishna consciousness, we see that both are there, you see. The individual soul and Krishna. So yes, I am putting in the effort to learn a new beat.
This is Atma.
Yeah.
Like you said,
And
response to the desire of the Atma to learn karatals.
Paramatma responds. Just like Lord Brahma in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, he wanted to know how to create the universe. So he performed tapasya, and then the intelligence was given. So similarly, like if you're playing if you play musical instrument, you practicing, and you think, I can't do it, I'll try again tomorrow. And then you come back tomorrow and you suddenly find, oh, I can do that. Yesterday I couldn't do that, right? It's like you can't understand how you went from not being able to do it to being able to do it. So that is super soul.
So Paramatma gives intelligence, how to...
Skill, yeah.
But then...
but your tapasya at the beginning, just like...
tapasya in the beginning,
just like
and then comes
you pick up your beads, and maybe the first round or two, your mind is going here and there, but then you keep chanting, and then you get into the flow of your chanting.
But then question arises. Question arises. Why? Some people playing very, very nicely, they becoming expert in playing, but another one also makes so many endeavors, efforts, but he never ever plays nicely.
Well, he should keep trying, and then he will.
But both of them have Paramatma in their heart, but Paramatma responds differently.
Yeah, but the thing is, the fact is, that if you do keep trying, you will improve. So, you're saying they never become, but you can improve. Like, for example, somebody may be born with a very beautiful voice, but they may never train their voice, so they don't improve. Somebody may be born with average ability, but they really want to learn to sing and to play a musical instrument, so they become better than the first person because of their tapasya. So if somebody does try, then they will learn, right? Because, so you cannot say, like you said, oh, they try and they never become any good. Maybe in their next life. Oh, but they will improve, right?
So then...
But some people are born with more natural ability because of past currents, you see. So they have more, abilities stored up, if you like.
So application of this, what we learned today, to our bhakti, performance of bhakti. So when I'm performing some service for Krishna, or for my guru, for pure devotees of the Lord, I should think that I'm using all my karmendriyas, gyanendriyas, whatever given as a gift by the Lord, I'm using for the service of the Lord.
Yeah.
And even I not think that maybe this service from the material point of view can be sinful.
Oh, well, no, you see, that's the important point. That's what we were saying about Vidhi marg, following rules and regulations.
It can be virtuous or can be sinful. No, for example, everybody saying,
purity, you've got to cultivate purity. You see, that's the whole point, Shruti Smriti Puranadi. If you concoct your own form of bhakti, then you won't. Like if you offer, heaven forbid, somebody may offer meat to Krishna and say, well, I'm offering to Krishna. So the thing is, through Guru Parampara, through Sadhu,
Guru Sadhu Shastra,
what is acceptable? It is not. I know in the beginning in the West, people didn't know any rules and regulations, but that idea became very popular and it still hangs around. Oh, I can do anything for Krishna, because it's for Krishna. But that is a dangerous mentality.
Yeah, because materialistic people, immediately they think that Arjuna kills a lot of innocent people. He killed, and then they saying that the whole Bhagavad Gita just glorifies this killing of the people on the battlefield field.
That in
So-
Russia they had that court
Yes,
case.
and also I'm afraid
Well,
even
the
tell.
the answer to that is very simple. Krishna didn't tell Arjuna to kill people. He told Arjuna, do your duty. Now his duty as a military man was to fight these evildoers. So the message of the Gita is not that you should engage in warfare. The ultimate message is that you should do your duty. Now if you're a teacher, you should do your duty as a teacher. If you're a doctor, as a doctor. If you're a military man and you're called like a policeman, he has to use violence, sometimes against criminals. But he's glorified for that. So we have to act under direction of Shruti Smriti, of the rules and regulations of Scripture. If we become whimsical, then that is a dangerous position.
Yeah.
But these people that raise that objection, that Arjuna is being encouraged to fight, they have an agenda. You know, they want to attack. They don't want to understand the message. So we should be ready to refute such arguments. And this is the way to answer it. So no, Krishna didn't tell Arjuna to fight. He told Arjuna to do your duty. And you're a military man, and on the opposite side are evil people. What did Duryodhana try? He's an attempted murder on a number of occasions, right? If I'm an attempted murder, the police should come and capture me, should they not? Right? So Arjuna, his activity was okay according to Shastra. But there will always people make false arguments through ignorance, through some agenda that they have.
That's why Srila Prabhupada told us never tell, never discuss, never make discourses on Krishna's Rasa Leela in Vrindavan.
Yeah.
People cannot understand. They immediately saying, look how amorality.
So this point, this makes it all very clear, isn't it? Because we don't want the Bhagavad Gita, that's why it says, right, you should listen submissively in Kuru Parampara to get the message. But these people, they go to Gita and they want to make trouble. They want to dismiss it. So that kind of people, upeksha, you just neglect them, you see. And the balisha, the innocent people who are ignorant, you can educate them. And Maitri, with devotees you become friend. And with the Supreme Lord and the great Mahabhagavats you offer worship. So the devotee has those four things. He worships the Supreme Lord, he makes friends with other devotees, he gives mercy to those that are ignorant, but upeksha, those that are demoniac, even in the Bible it says, right, don't throw your pearls before swine, lest they trample them underfoot. That, right? Trample. You know trample?
Yeah, trample.
Underfoot. Don't throw your pearls before swine, lest they, that is Old English, lest they trample them underfoot. You see, you give gold and diamonds to a pig, will it say, oh, this is nice, can I put one on my ear? No. They'll just like that. So if you find that somebody is inimical and demoniac, and if you tell them things then that's not good for you, you see. Because they will